Hello everyone, I'm James Flores of CAD Magazine, and this is the next fantastic artist we're interviewing today.
Ramon Deanda, currently teaching at OHS.
And we'll start with the questions. So we'll start with a basic one, of course. What got you started into all this art stuff?
That's an interesting question, actually. I always liked to draw ever since I started walking. But when I was 8, we moved from Ojinaga to Presidio. Even though they're sister cities, the school systems are different. We were not allowed to speak Spanish at the elementary, and I was second grade. So what kept me somewhat sane and out of trouble was drawing. So I developed, I started drawing what I saw, my imagination. So I think that's where I started developing my love for art. It kept me out of trouble, it kept me focused, and I guess one thing led to another.
So you started as a young lad, and you just kept improving as time went by.
Yeah, I went through the anime phase where you would draw the anime characters, Dragon Ball Z, whatnot, even had a comic book when I was in middle school.
How did that go?
It went well for a while, and then it got boring. My friends, we were not drawing fast enough for that.
That's very cool. From what I've seen of your art, you draw mostly musicians. How did that all start?
Okay, well, when I was in high school, I started my own band, playing the accordion. Norteño music is my big thing. But one time, a band called Conjunto Primavera was having a concert celebrating their 30th anniversary, 2008, and they invited us to play, be the opening act. And my mom started telling me, yeah, you should draw them, do a poster for them, and give it to them. Está loca. But then I realized, you know what? Let's do it. So that night at the concert, I told one of the people there in charge that I had a poster that save it. And when it was their time, the main band to play, they asked me to go up to the stage. They had cameras from Univision, Televisa, all these. Anyway, so they made me open it so that they could see it. So they saw it, and I didn't know there was other bands, like renowned bands, in the crowd. So that happened. So 3 months later, they invited us to open for another band, another major band, Los Rieleros del Norte, in Ojinaga. And they start playing, we do all their stuff, and then when they come down, the lead singer was like, where's our poster? Why don't you give us a poster?
So they were kind of expecting that.
They were expecting a poster too. So I told him, you know what? I don't know. But if you can give me your address, information, I'll send you one. So I did. And within 3 months, 4 months after that, I got a call from their drummer. And he wants a commission. Can you paint a portrait of us? Okay, so that's where it started. So one thing led to another. They had a studio in El Paso, and they have friends, other musician friends, and they would go into that studio, and they would, hey, who did that? And the information started spreading, and it started just I started having commissions left and right. And one good day, I got a call from the owner of La Hacienda Event Center. Ramoncito, who's this? ¿Quién es? They told me that you painted. I need someone to paint the mural.
Big leagues.
It's like, I don't know. I never painted a mural. I don't even know how to paint. I'm still learning. Like, I don't care. I've seen your work. So he had me painted too. He had me painting the backstage where the bands hang out. The camerinos, ¿cómo se dice?
Dressing rooms?
Dressing rooms. And the above each one of the bars they have me painting a bull. It's like 36 feet high, 24 feet high. So I was painting bulls on a boom lift at 100 feet, like 100 feet diagonal like that. It was stretched all the way. So if you ever go to La Hacienda and you see those bars, look up, you'll see bull-looking cats, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Bulls that look like cats, because it was moving, and it was, I was moving, and I was nervous because it was really high. And I was shaking, so,
You're bound to make some mistakes.
Shaking, and then on top of it, I was nervous, scared, and then everything shaking. Didn't help with the painting.
How long did it take for you to finish that?
A whole month. So it was. Well, I painted the front. There was a huge bull in the front, and then they decided to block it to cover it with another wall of wood. I don't know if you've ever been there. And it says La Hacienda. Okay.
How'd that work?
I got paid for that, so.
It was completely useless. You got money.
Well, there's another story. They did a rodeo arena at the back. They called it Signature Arena, which then they changed it to La Hacienda Arena. So they had me painting all these logos, Signature Arena, all over the place. And they come back and they stucco the whole thing.
Damn.
It's like, what are you doing?
What's the point of painting? I'm just gonna take it down.
Then they had me painting horses and cows and all that. And then they come back and then they no.
Oh.
They tear the walls down
Mm.
and just leave pillars. It's like, dude. But yeah, that was the connection between how I started painting bands.
Right.
It's like,
It's very mind blowing and awesome.
Chismes.
But of course, you draw musicians and stuff. But another big part of your drawings, your paintings, right, is that you have animals doing some crazy things, and sometimes they look weird a bit too. What started that?
Well, that's another story behind that. When I was in grad school, I had to find a thesis, something to talk about, and a way to portray my message. That was the hardest thing because I started with ancient mythology. I tried to incorporate Medusa or Quetzalcoatl and try to portray them in modern day-to-day first world problems to make fun of what's going on. But I had to explain a lot because people didn't know what these characters were.
You like the knowledge.
That you had to have the background. Okay, Quetzalcoatl, he's a Aztec. Why does he have feathers? He had,
I explain every
so
single
it ruined the message. So during my when I was doing my BFA at UTPB, for some reason I did a little drawing of a goat playing an accordion because I wanted to mix what I liked musically and where I came from. I used to take care of goats in my family, so I mixed the two things together. And mythology. You can associate that goat with satyrs, ancient Rome, ancient Greece.
Half human, half goat.
So I am mixing my Mexicanity, my love for
Music.
mythology, and music. So my mentor during where I was doing my MFA, he's like, "Hey, what if you do more of those?" He saw the print. More of those. So I incorporated a cow, a pig, donkey, all the farm animals, ranch animals I could think of. And I used them based on their nature to represent characteristics of the human psyche. Like I used a pig to symbolize how humans can be greedy.
Gladness.
I used the donkey to symbolize innocence or stubbornness. The cow symbolizes the feminine side of the humans and motherhood. The sheep, how blind we can be and just follow along, sheeple. And the goat represents, I want to say courage, and how goats like to be on top of things.
Pride, I guess.
Pride,
Leadership.
So all the prints have a theme. What's scary is that when I did them, before I did them, I was just, you're reading what was going on in the news, and elections. I moved to Alabama 2016. We all know what happened then. So that all influenced my work. I was talking about things that were going on in the country, in the US and Mexico. That's why my show is called South of Paradise, North of Hell. It was inspired by Mr. Trump, how he would call third world countries. I'm not gonna say because so I wanted to kind of portray like a ranch that's stuck between paradise and hell. So it would be like a town in a border town. So it's stuck. Paradise being the U.S. and hell being Mexico. So I also wanted to talk about being Mexican American. How we're not to the north, we're not completely American. To the south, we're not completely Mexican either.
You're right in between.
Right in between, like a limbo. Purgatory of cultures.
That's amazing. Especially the meanings you give everything. Now, continue on the animal side in terms of the sculptures. Like, how did you get into that sculpting part of that?
Well, the master's was multidisciplinary, so we had to do more than one discipline.
So you had to learn multiple arts.
So we decided, as my team, my mentors, like, you should do these in 3 dimensions. So I was like, what? And then I was doing some models for practice. I was playing music in the background, and I was doing the accordion for the go. And then my ceramic professor comes in. You know what you should do? You should make it so that there's music coming out of them, like inside out. And that just blew my mind. Like, that's crazy, but I'll do it. How? I have no clue. So I decided to make the sculptures big. My intention was to do life size, but the kilns were not
Big enough to.
They were not big enough to support the size, so I had to keep it about this big. 36 inches, 48 inches the biggest.
Still pretty big.
Heavy.
Yeah, that's right.
So what I did is I had to come up with an original song. So I composed the lyrics and gave it music. So I had to record the music, which was fun. A little stressful.
Gotta
When I
play
was
your music.
when I was actually at the studio, I rehearsed it this way, but the sound engineer was like, you know what, you should do a different key, change the key. I rehearsed it this way, and it's my song. Yeah, but it doesn't sound jolly. Give it the punch. Give it the punch. So what it could have been just 3 or 4 hours of recording, it became 36 hours non-stop. Maybe an nap or two. But
You're constantly working just to make that sound perfect.
Yeah. So once I did that, I found a way to put some speakers within a pedestal under each one of the characters, and also found a way to divide each sound to each speaker. I was able to divide into different channels. So if you were to pass by the saxophone player, you'd hear the saxophone,
Nice.
the accordion, and on and on. But if you were to step away, you would hear them
All playing.
all playing.
Nice. That's very amazing, actually. One more question before we do the ending to this. How was the workshops? I've read that you've done a lot of workshops and collaborations, like, was it art soup?
Empty bowls.
Empty bowls, there you go.
Well, Alabama has their own. Well, Mobile, where I used to live, they have their own empty bowls, and they call it art soup. And it's different to what they do here in Nolesa. It's a little different, more exclusive. So you need to be invited
Oh, just to do it?
to go.
Mm.
And it's $50 a piece. When here is $10, right? 15, a donation,
Yeah, I think so. 15.
and anybody can go. You know,
They're more reserved for that.
they are more reserved. And to me, it was mind blowing because it defeated the purpose of creating
Bowls for people.
bowls for people, and like Chris Tanny wants he wants to create like conciencia, como
Conscience.
awareness that we have that to offer to help those that don't have
Anything.
anything to put on the plates.
So pretty much, pretty much to you, it destroyed the whole purpose.
Yeah,
It's still there to help.
it's there, but only a selected few had access to that. Because no one, other than the ones that had the tickets, could go into the venue.
It sucks. But
And you know how here you go I don't. Have you been to an empty bowl?
Yeah, we've done empty bowls here multiple times.
How do you go dressed?
I just go dressed normally.
Like this, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
So I had the assumption when I went. I had the assumption that it was like this one. When I go inside, I see
dress
people
fancy.
with tuxedos and fur coats. Ooh, I felt like
Place.
I felt like a homeless hobo. As I went straight from ceramic class. You know what happens to you when you're doing ceramics?
Weird mess.
Everyone was like, what? Yeah.
Very interesting. Well, we're about to run out of time, so we're about to end it. So pretty much, look at the camera. Tell everyone who's going to see this video any inspiration to them, or anything you can tell them about art.
Any inspirational words about art? I know it's gonna sound cliche, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Go right ahead.
If your gut tells you it's right, do it. It's like a voice that tells you where or what to do. Never second guess yourself. It's that at that moment, you're already messed up. And if art is one thing that you want to pursue, do it. You'll find a way. And the way will find you as well. So paint the way.
Well, thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you.
And, yeah, that was the interview. And I hope everyone has a good day.